Okay, everyone, we are looking at Noteflight and how to use this nice program that's just available to us on the web. Hopefully you were able to make your own account and now you are rocking and ready to use Noteflight. If you're brand new, this is the first assignment, and the first assignment was that you were going to create your own file from my Jingle Bells file, which I put for you in Teams. And there's the Jingle Bells file. Pretty easy version of Jingle Bells, no problem. Mostly quarter notes and half notes, a little bit of a dotted rhythm there, but shouldn't be a problem for most of you guys if you just watch this video, and it'll tell you everything you need to know. Okay, so to get started, we're going to click Create, and most of the time when you're starting fresh, that's what you want to do. You want to click Create and start a new one, and just let Noteflight do its thing. Start with a blank score sheet, because everything you do you can change later on, which is kind of nice, and that includes changing the time signature, adding a key signature, any of those things. I like Noteflight because you can just start entering notes and you can always edit things later. One magical button I'm going to point out to you is this one right here. Everything that you can do in Noteflight is all in this list. You're going to want to know the edit, especially for copying and pasting and also undoing. And then the ones that are checked are already open. So this little mini toolbar for the duration of the notes, those are all open. The pitch, obviously that's kind of important when you're entering the notes. And then we have tempo, text, measure, etc., etc., etc. All that's open, okay? So very quickly, all I'm looking to do is to copy, again, this file and make this file look as much like that as I can. One thing you'll notice right up front is we have a treble clef line and a bass clef line. If I were you, I would just disregard the bass clef line altogether and just don't worry about it. You're going to write in the treble clef up here. I'm going to start with some quarter notes, but really all I have to do is just click, and you can see that my cursor already turns into a note, and I can go up or down. If you remember, the very first note that we were having in Jingle Bells is the first line note, and that happens to be an E. And if I click there, it puts a quarter note E right there on the spot for me, and I'm good to keep going. You can also see that beat 1, and I have beat 2, 3, 4 left with the rest. Another quarter note. And the third note is another E. However, I want this to be a half note. So I've already put the note in, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here and click half note to change it and make it look just like that. Perfect. Okay. Now while we're here, another little trick. So what I can do at this point is I could do a little copying and pasting already. I could click right in the middle of this measure, go over to my edit window and, copy or Command C, and then click in the new measure right in the middle and paste, edit or Command V. And whoa, just saved myself a little trouble. So jingle bells, jingle all the way. So we want another quarter note on E, but don't fall into the trap. What you want to do is you want to just put the note in first. Oh, good. That was the right duration or the right length. I want a quarter. Next is a G. Next is a C, just floating there below the staff. But if you look at the original, I don't want just a quarter note. I want a dotted quarter. So to get that dot going, I'm going to click the dot also. So you need the quarter note selected and the dot. And when I put those together, oh good, that makes it exactly what I want. And the next note happens to be a D. It's going to make itself an eighth note because that will make this whole measure equal to 4. 1 quarter note, 1 quarter note, 1.5 beats for the dotted quarter, and a half a beat. And that equals 4. So jingle all the way. Looking for a whole note here, so click and make the pitch and then go up to duration. Beautiful. Now here a lot of people get hung up. They're like, well wait, I need more room, Mr. Wall. How do I do it? A couple of different ways you can do it. We can go up to the measure button and click the plus, and it will just keep adding measures as long as you press the plus. And I can go down there now and continue to write. Looking at my original, looks like we have F, 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 D, F, E, E. So I better get down on this measure, F, F, and another F. This one's going to be dotted, and then another F. Great. Next one is another F, but I want it to be a quarter. And I'm going fast now, guys. Quarter. 2/8. Interesting little thing to do there. Click and make it an eighth note. Now change it and bring in the second one. And they'll beam together just the way you want to. Now I think we want a quarter note next, but let's just put in the right pitch. Okay, change it to a quarter note. Next note is a D. Click it, now change it. And a G. At this point, I would probably listen to what I have so far, so I'm going to click on the very first measure, press play. Hey, that's sounding awesome. Now before I go on, I'm going to keep going with my next line of music, which is literally a repeat of the first 4 measures. So come on, guys, let's go ahead and use our edit copy. Don't waste time. You got the first measure selected. Hold down Shift. Click the next measure, the third measure, and the fourth measure, and you can copy all of that. Edit, copy, or use the shortcut, Command C. Click right on the next measure, edit, paste, or Command V, and voila, I am rocking. I'm almost done. In fact, the last line of music, F, 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 E, 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 just the last 2 are different. So I'm going to copy and paste these next 2 measures too. How lazy am I? Using the shortcut, Command C. Let's go down here and make a new measure. I think we need some room to do this. Click in the measure, Command V, so easy. We want a 1-horse open sleigh. So that would be 1-horse open, and it's a C, but I got to go and change it and make sure that that says whole note. And fini, I am done. Play the whole thing. You know, this tempo seems too slow to me. I better speed this baby up. All right, here we go. From the top. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Still seems slow. By the way, I think I know what I did there. When I changed the tempo, I should have changed the tempo in the beginning, huh? Does that make sense? So very beginning, if I pump it up, will that affect the tempo? Pretty sure that would do it. Huh. Must be you have to do that measure by measure? Huh. Well, there you go, guys. A little fail for Mr. Wall. But that would be how you would speed it up. One last thing if you want to get fancy, and that is the text tool. Okay? And so what I'm looking for is to type in the name of my piece. Sorry, I believe that is system text. Oh, I guess you can just click on the word title. Jingle bells. And I'd probably get rid of the subtitle, probably get rid of the composer, and all that extra stuff. Okay? It is a good idea to click save and name it. Okay? You guys are going to be sharing these with me, and I'll explain how to do that in a whole another video. Thanks for watching, everybody. Good job.